I spent all day cleaning the studio so I could make a mess again. But within the cleaning, I was going over, these are my versions of like an art journal or sketchbook, but I like to work on loose pages and just clip them with these binder clips because there's something about being able to flip the pages in and out, and then even sometimes they become standalone pages where you could sell. I just like it that way. But I thought what we could do is go over this for the first part and like think about what it means to look back through the past of something, whether it's your mark or a memory or both, because mark often has and holds memory from the experience, and then usually it's self-related. And then I'll work some on these larger paintings that are in progress. We'll think about how the past informs the present and maybe find some connections. I can already see, like, look at this one moving into that one. Ooh, ooh. So one great tip too is to always think about this work moving into the larger work, because that will free you up a lot more. It's not about hiding away, it's about opening to more and letting this grow into that. Alright, so here's a couple of my unbound books. I just use clips, binder clips. You can find them in the office section of any store, office supply store. And they come in various sizes, depending on how small your paper or how large your paper is, right? Or how like thick you want it. So the neat thing about an unbound book is that, well, like say then you wanted to just sell this as its own, it wouldn't be bound to a sketchbook. That's one good reason, because it wouldn't have the double side. And another good reason that I like is, like, I like to then look for relationships and cross relationships. You know, being able to switch them in and out. Oddly enough, setting it up in 4s or 6s or 9s, it can kind of help you start to see the different relationships. This is how I just learned this on my own. It's working in my own practice for so long with all these drawings and different understandings in relation to mark making and expressive, experimental, raw, automatic, intuitive drawing. Like, see, automatically, and it could have been done at the same time, but I don't know, because I should probably date these, but I don't. Oops. Anyway, if you're a big dater out there, then you'll be sad that I didn't date these. But it's all within the last, like, at least 4 years, but some might go back to 2022. Sometimes I actually remember that what I was doing, like, very specifically. Not all the time though, but I try to group them when they were together. But you know, that doesn't always happen. So it's nice to be able to have like an interchangeable reference. And then if you wanted to like hang these on the wall, like a wall of 12 to 20 to 30, which I like to see a lot of individuals working as a whole, and I'm really interested in how the different like marks and ideas connect. Like, for instance, I already see this connection here, crisscrossing and thought. So it's important to be able to like look back through and kind of think about these things. And when you like haven't looked at them for a long while, because I was cleaning up and I go, ooh, ah, And it's exciting to be like excited about yourself. That means, you know, you're really in it because you like revisit it and it's like an old friend that, you know, you haven't spoken to in a while, but when you speak to them again, it's like you never left. That's how looking back through old artwork feels. Or I know I have some work down in the local arts council. When I go in there, I'm like, gotta look at them and be like, ooh, my old friends. It's good to know that you're inspired by yourself, because you'll never be short of inspiration. That's for sure. So that's why doing a lot of work in different ways is important. It's also really important to build this vocabulary, to build the muscle memory, to build the energetic and the emotional feeling. I always call it kinetic connection with the self, which just means like an energetic understanding to the emotional output of the mark in the moment. Which that is my own blending of energy work and art making and my own terminology that I found over the years to crisscross those relationships. So it's all about relationship building and how is this thing talking with this thing, and when we start to build it out, you know, as a whole, you know, we start to move it around and see how it's all connecting or maybe not connecting. And it really just helps us learn how to see and how to grow into the mark in the moment in the process. And you know, that these moments are meaningful, at least when we're like really connected with the work, even though like maybe a lot of times to the average person looking at this, or some kind of artist that doesn't like this, like work this way, you know, this is drawing the way we would draw in relation to seeing abstraction, finding like symbols and marks and scribbles even, right? I love a good scribble. And then finding and building color relationships and learning to see. It's all about learning to look both internally and externally, and putting it together. What's more interesting? And how does this inform the, like, when we move into the larger work, right? Because unless you only want to work in sketchbooks, but if you're looking to expand, the other thing that this is doing over time is you're making so many iterations of these marks that over time that you just can't help but be compelled to grow larger outside of this moment, you know. And that's cool, but it can also stand alone. There's something that I love about first marks. It's really important. And there's like the immediacy of the mark in the moment that teaches us so much. And I'm going to talk about that more in a different video soon. But right now I'm going to move into painting the larger work and talk a little bit about how it connects. So here I'm working on 3 canvases that are 36 inches by 24 inches. And I might be dancing, and it's sped up so it looks silly, but dancing is part of the process. If you haven't known that, then that's the mistake you're making. You're not dancing enough. No, I'm just kidding. Really, all of this takes work and time, and sometimes there's a lot of tears. And depending on where we're starting from, there's a lot to break through. And that is also a process. of coming out. I'm going to make more videos specifically to all of that soon. But right now I wanted to talk about looking back through that old work, or the smaller work, right? The smaller work becomes the larger work in time if we want it to be. But that can also take time. But what's important to creating a lot of smaller works on paper, it's really going to help you learn to see, and in relation to like automatic drawing, intuitive, expressive, raw, like experimental drawings, it's really going to teach you how to see the abstract, and learn to like let go more and more into the freedom of the mark in the moment. And that's like my own understanding over time. So I definitely blend like my other parallel life of energy work and shamanic work and the energetic and the emotional and that understanding into the art and the abstraction. And that's how I teach and share. And that's going to be more prevalent going forward, because I'm starting to connect all of my pieces from the last few decades. And that's cool. It's like a reassembly and or a reawakening, you know. So that's the thing about looking back through the threads of your older work, is you're always going to be able to see yourself emerging again and again. And you might find like moments that you discarded on your own, and you're like, oh gosh, this is really great. And then you might find moments that you're like, why did I do that? And then that's when you know you're able to access your own work and your own understanding, and even look through for the language, your own visual language that slowly has emerged over time. And you could start to see the patterns emerge and connect those dots. So it's all about this internal process. And then when you're relying on only your own work to look back on, you're able to access it for yourself. You're able to see your own progress and growth, and you don't have to rely on anyone else's opinion, although opinions will come into play, and that's for sure. But see, when you get stronger within your own patterning of recognition, that inner resilience is going to build over time. And this happens psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, artistically, creatively. It's like a holistic process, which I'm going to talk about that in another video soon. And like kind of break it down more. It's really important because, you know, people want to talk about style and voice. And as a beginner, you can't always get there. But you can like see and know what you love and what's really highest interest, because our preferences are really driving our, I think, you know, the motivation and what we see in others can be an inspiration, but it's important to become our own inspiration too, because we'll get trapped too much in the external. That's why having your small art drawing practice, or even writing, like any other creative outlet where you're consistently making something, it's going to like boomerang around inside of you. That's really cool. I've been starting to do a lot of more digital photo manipulations and writing poetry. And I could see how it plays into like even this moment. So I just encourage you to like explore and experiment and express like with all of it, because it's all connected. And I really teach art has words, and I have a class called Visual Mining that helps you connect your inspiration to the mark, to the word. And it's, you know, it's my idea, and you develop a word bank of how you want your art to feel. That's like important, because art has words. I'll always say that. And it's important to learn how to speak about it, because it will help you define it for yourself. You'll be able to connect with others. And then people that don't get it and are maybe at least open to hearing you talk about it, they might open up to you more, right? That's when you tell a story and you hear someone else's story and you're like, oh yeah, now it makes sense. That's important. Words are important. They tell a story. Whether they're simple or complex, it doesn't really matter. It's what you want to do with the words, right? That's a note to myself, but I have learned to talk about it over the years. And then if you need to get grants and other things, you need to write about it. So you need to kind of know what you're doing for all those things. And I know that. But, you know, I just want to stress how important it is to experiment and not discredit anything, because anything could be the opening and a catalyst for creation and inner discovery. So, like, get curious like a child and forget the rules and cast off what anyone ever told you, because, you know, who needs that? I'm here to say, like, you might not even agree with me, and that's okay, because you want to be able to do it your way. So that's what I want to guide you towards in this teaching, you know, in your life, because I know how much fear I used to live in with all of it, and sometimes I still can be in fear, but less and less and less. And that's what you're seeing here is the really emergence of all of it. And that's what I meant to, like, help others come into, teach and share. And it's connected through making abstract work, expressive, automatic, intuitive drawing, and talking about the energetic, the emotional, and even the multidimensional. So if you're here for that, that's cool. I'm looking for resonance, and that's all it is. You know, you gotta be you. And you gotta stay true and follow your heart. As cliche as that sounds, it really does matter in the end. So I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the older inspiration and thinking about how you could start scaling up and out, and realizing that you don't have to hide in the pages. It starts to become more alive in every capacity and way when we open up those internal doors, when we let the smaller work inform the larger work and keep moving through the process.